If it works for you, you have three votes. What's our strategy? We don't have a pencil in here. What strategy are you going to use? What? Okay, so what's that called? Do you remember? Close reading, remember? How do you know close reading works for you? What does it help you do as a reader?
This is about.
So it helps you understand better what this is about. And then how if you understand this, how's that going to help you answer these questions? So what strategy did you use when you were reading? Annotating. Okay. So what did you annotate?
I like annotating the important stuff to help me with.
Okay. So did all the important stuff stop right here? Nothing after that was important? Okay. It wasn't important. All right, so I see you started with this what happened, but then you jumped to the why. Why did you do that?
Because this kind of helped me to why did the Boston Massacre happen? Because like this is what happened at the Boston Massacre, and this is how did it happen. This is kind of what happened at the Boston Massacre.
Okay. So why do you think it happened?
Because the British soldiers were insulting Edward Garrett.
Say that again. What?
Garrett? Edward, I don't know how to say his first name.
Oh, okay. So the soldiers were insulting him, and was he a colonist? Okay.
Then a crowd of angry colonists try to back them up.
Oh. So I think you're noticing that what's being told here is different than what we read earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hearing you say. So I'm interested to see what you write about what happened. Continue. Thank you. So, who's inside you? What two groups of people? So the British and the colonists. So the soldiers were the soldiers British and colonists. So the soldiers are all based on the two groups. Strategy we use to help you figure out how to apply it. When you were reading this, books that you were reading, so it's almost like that rewind button. And we watch this movie, and you will see who was like that. So, I might be next time, I will then use that strategy. And learn what it can be developed in a day. Okay? So I'm gonna write that down. Perhaps continuous visualizing next time. Well, before we do that, can we talk about what you did? So what was your strategy? Close reading. Why did you choose close reading?
Because when I read, I get so
get what happens. So what are you writing over here? Summaries. And how do those summaries help you?
Because I can just read this and get
So, you use it to refresh your memory. Okay. So when you have this memory refresh, how does that help you when you answer these questions? Because you say you're done.
because you didn't have that what this is.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is these make it faster for you to go back and say, okay, what happened? You read these first, is that what you're saying? Because it's faster to read these little summaries than read the whole thing. So I want to hear what you wrote about what happened.
The comments and the so someone
Okay, so here's the thing, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little confused about who's doing what. You're telling me all these things are happening, but I don't know who's doing what. I don't know who's throwing the sticks, I don't know who shot the guns. So you're gonna have to tell me that. Does that make sense? You're gonna add that in. If I don't know who did it, it's gonna be hard to grade it, right? Yes, ma'am. What? You don't have to on this paper, we're actually going to talk about it as a group later. Who was who fighting against? So we have the British, right? So you want to know who they're fighting against. Where was this happening? It's happening in Boston. Boston's a city. So who lives in Boston? Do the British live in Boston? Because Boston is in the colonies. It's in America. Right? Which they were also called what? So we have the Patriots, the people who are living in Boston, and they're fighting against the British. That's the struggle here. So if you're saying you can visualize it, then how did we not see the two different groups of people? What? You can visualize because I gave you a picture?
No.
Okay. So if I hadn't given you a picture, when you read this, can you visualize what's happening? Only part of it, okay. So, I have a question for you. When you read this, what strategy did you use? Okay, so if that's your strategy, certain words you don't know, how would that one strategy help you answer this? So you reread, so you're telling me that was your strategy? So if you're telling me someone yelled fire, is that the very first thing that happened? So, is there a chance we left out some details? So what strategy could we use that will help us to not leave out words? Underlining. What else? Did we meet yesterday? Let's look. We didn't. What other strategy might work for us, Evelyn? What would happen if you close read? What would that, how would close reading maybe help you? Understand it, right? Because when you close rate, you chunk it, and then what do? You read it? What else? What else? You write the little summaries. So with the little summaries, help you remember what happened from the beginning to the end. So I'm going to challenge you. I want you to go back. And I want you to try to read this right now. And see if that's going to help you change your answer. Okay? Yes, sir. What? Let's read this. Okay. So, did we use a strategy?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You will probably change tasks before you finish reading it. There's the answer to that question, so go ahead and start. I'm coming to you, boys. I see you. I'll come back to you. I want you to reread your answer. Can you tell? What strategy did we use on the original article?
I forgot what it's called, but I'm
You underlined? So there was only important stuff in the middle. But that's all you underlined. So if we're underlining important stuff, wouldn't there be important stuff throughout the whole thing? So you took notes of the important facts. So let's talk. So how did our strategies help us answer the questions?
Well, here's like,
One at a time. Go ahead, Dal.
like it helped me get on the phone what happened.
Okay. So your facts helped formulate this answer. Is that what you're saying? So how did your underlining help you answer what happened?
Because I knew the people did to the soldiers, so I knew why it happened.
Same as me. Can you guys give me 5? Go put your pencil down. I see the majority of us have wrapped up that response. A lot of us have gone on and grabbed that early finishers article, which is A-okay. I'm going to give you our next steps, okay? And if some of you need a couple more minutes of independent time, you can take that time, okay? Because I want you to finish your independent work. But here's what we're going to be doing. That's not the right slide. Well, my slide disappeared, Bruce. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's what you're going to be doing. You're going to find one partner that you haven't talked to today. So it's probably going to be someone that's not at your table. Maybe someone you don't talk to as much. Someone different. I don't want Andrew going to Mason. Andrew and Mason talk all the time. You know what I mean? Okay? So you're finding someone that you don't normally talk to. And I want you to be talking through the questions you just answered on this sheet. I want you talking about what happened. Maybe you have a conversation like I had with Brady. He read me his response and I said, hold on. I have no idea who threw the sticks. I have no idea who's throwing the icy snowballs. And I have no idea who fired the guns. We got to be helpers of each other, okay? And maybe you disagree. What would happen if you disagree? Do you just disagree and move on and stop talking?
No.
What do you do?
You would like, see who answers make sense the most, like, makes sense.
But what if you say, okay, my answer 100% makes sense and Paxton feels the same way? What are you going to do about it? What do you think we might do? Yeah.
You could maybe go back in the article and look around and see if you can see facts about the question and see who maybe got the closest or who got like right on the point.
Okay. Landon, what did you hear Justin just say?
That you look back in the article and see who's closest to the
So you're having a disagreement? Let's go back to the article together. Maybe one of us is closer than another. Maybe we're both wrong. But if you're going back to that article, you're going to find that, right? Okay. So you're going to be looking at those two questions. So you're going to be at a level 1, because if we all talk as loud as I am right now, it's going to be really loud, right?
Yeah.
You're going to blow us out of the room. So you're going to be talking at a level 1. You're going to ask, if you have a question, ask another group. Confer with another partner. And if you still can't find the answer, I'll come help you find the answer. Does that make sense? So
If Paxton and Jacob can't figure out the answer, they might go to another group first, and then I'll come help if it's still not resolved. So you're talking with a partner about your findings of what happened and why with the Boston Massacre. You're going to find one spot and let's try to stay there. Limit our movement. We're only going to spend about 5 to 7 minutes in this discussion. In your participation, you're discussing with that partner. It's not a, I read my response and we're done. It's a discussion, right? So I want you to talk about what's happened and why for that full 5 to 7 minutes. That's my expectation. Do we understand? Thumbs up if we're with it. So you're finding someone that you don't talk to normally during the day. So not your best friend in the room. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to find that partner and get to a spot. Take your stuff with you. Oh no, how did you lose your answer sheet? Were you sitting here the whole time? So you went up and you got the sheet and you don't know where it is. Hey, look where it is. Take your article. Yes. Okay, we're not ready. Did you find a partner? Okay, then I will be. Okay, we found our partners. We should be in a spot. Justin, Columbia, you can come work here on the carpet. Ryan and Drew, your partners, you want to sit at the table. Darren and Maddie, you can work right here on the carpet.
This is mine. People find the British answer. The colonists thought the British
The exact same thing. You think exactly. Okay. So, what ways did you maybe disagree? Okay. What are you confused about? Okay. So, will you read your response so I can maybe see where he's confused?
At the Boston Massacre, the Americans threw sticks and pieces of tarts and
So the Americans threw sticks and pieces of ice at them. Who is them? He says, I don't know who them is. So can we maybe take out them and replace that with British soldiers? All right, let's hear it. Can I hear your response since I haven't seen you edit it yet? Look, I bet Brayden will lend you this. Here. Let me hear. So where does it say So there, okay, let's read this, because this is a little bit confusing how they phrase this, so I want us to read this. So it says, 2 of the 8 others were wounded, died later. So really, how many people died?
because they probably tried to help them, but they couldn't.
Yeah, they didn't die right away. They were wounded, but then it ended up still killing them, right? So do we maybe need to change this? Because we want our facts to be right, don't we? Very nice. Let's fix it. Now, you read your response to him. Okay, let's read this sentence together. 2 of the 8 soldiers who died, 2 of the 8 soldiers who were wounded died later in what the Patriots called